Welcome to Math TV with Professor V. Here's your latest integral of the day. We have definite integral from 0 to pi of e to the cosine t times sine 2t dt. So go ahead, pause the video if you want to try it on your own. I'll give you a little baby hint. You're going to need to use your double angle identity here and replace sine 2t. How do I know that? Oh, I'll tell you. Look at the argument here for cosine in the exponent. It's just t. And then here I have sine 2t. Typically, you will not, in an integral, deal with trig functions and not have them have the same argument. So everything needs to be matchy-matchy. If this was a 2t, then I wouldn't mess with this. I'd be like, okay, everybody's good. I probably need to just start figuring out which integration technique to work with. But if the arguments don't match on your trig functions, fix it, okay? So hopefully you remember your sine double angle. 0 to pi e to the cosine t times, it's 2 sine t cosine t dt, all right? And then, okay, now let's think about how to start integrating, but all the arguments match, okay? I'm thinking I'm gonna make a substitution because if I normally we would say let's let u be cosine t, then du would involve sine t, which is great. But then I'm still going to have an extra u left over. So I'm thinking, ooh, if I have e to a variable times that variable, we're going to do by parts. By parts requires u and v. So let me save the variable u for that step because I can see into the future. No. And instead of doing a u sub, we'll do an x substitution. How about that? So let's let x equal cosine t, and then dx is negative sine t dt. So negative dx is sine t dt. And then since we have a definite integral, we need to change our limits of integration as well. These limits belong to the variable t, but we have to switch them to x. So x of 0 is cosine of 0, which is 1. And then x of pi is cosine of pi, which is negative 1. Very good. So now we're ready to rewrite our integral. The new lower limit is 1. The new upper limit is negative 1. And then instead of e to the cosine t, I have e to the x times. The 2 still stays there. All right. What about this sine t dt? There's my kidney bean. Sine t dt is negative dx. So here's the negative dx. And then I still had one extra cosine t here. So that's going to be x. Okay, everybody's accounted for. Can you see the substitution? Oh, good. Now, before we proceed, I'm going to do something that will make my life easier, make it look prettier. I'm going to switch the limits of integration to go from negative 1 to 1, and then that changes the sign of my integral, so then I can get rid of the negative, right? Multiplying it by another negative makes it positive now. And then let's put 2x first, and then e to the x dx. Looks so much better. All right, from here, hopefully you can see, yes, it's time for integration by parts. And I'm so glad we didn't use up the variable u, making that substitution. Okay, so u, if I have a polynomial times the exponential function, polynomial is always going to be u, right? 2x. And then exponential is going to be e to the x dx. Why do I say that? Because when you find du, you take the derivative of a polynomial. It's always going to go down by 1 degree and get more simple. And when we integrate, we only integrate this product down here, right? Of du times v. And so we want the product of that row to be as simple as possible. So if this goes down a degree and becomes only a constant, this is going to be very nice and easy to integrate. It wouldn't work out that way if we had switched. Try it. If you had switched these two guys, oh no. You'd have an x squared times e to the x. Things would get worse. Okay, very good. So here we go. Let's set everything up. We have u times v. So 2x e to the x. That's going to get evaluated from negative 1 to 1. minus integral v du. I'm going to put the 2 outside, e to the x dx, and that's also from -1 to 1. Don't forget your limits of integration. Okay, I'm not going to evaluate this first term until the very end with everybody. So minus antiderivative of e to the x is just e to the x, and then now let's evaluate everybody from -1 to 1. Okay? So here we have 2 times 1 times e to the first minus 2 e to the first minus lower limit, that's going to be -2 e to the negative first minus 2 e to the negative first. Good. So what is this? 2e minus 2e minus -4 e to the negative first. So this is just 0. And this will end up giving me positive 4 e to the negative first, or 4 over e. And that's it. We're done. I hope you enjoyed that integral of the day. Give the video a thumbs up. Comment down below. Tell me what your favorite part was. Did you know it was going to take a substitution and by parts just by looking at it? After you've done enough of them, you will be able to see that, okay? So if you feel like, oh my God, this is so overwhelming, just keep practicing, okay? I've been doing this for over 20 years. That's why it comes naturally. But please believe, it was frustrating for me too initially. That's so normal. Anyways, if you need full-length video lectures on Calc 1, 2, 3, or most other math classes, you can find them on my YouTube channel. Everything's organized into playlists. And also follow me on TikTok and Instagram, Math TV with Professor V. I'll be back soon, you guys. Bye.